What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Weekly GCap, the only source you'll ever need to catch up on all the gaming news from the last week. As always, we got an absolute ton to go through today, so let's go ahead and get right into this. First things first, the release date for Resident Evil 4 PSVR 2 was announced. That's coming from Resident Evil on X. Quote, "Roots to all agents. Resident Evil 4 VR mode launches for PSVR 2 on December 8th as a free update for PS5 owners of the game. A demo version will also be available to download at the same time." So by the time you guys are seeing this video, it's actually live right now. So if you have a PSVR 2 and if you've been waiting for this game, it's finally out now. Next up, the release date for the Sora Amiibo was announced. So the trailer you're seeing on your screen, you may be a little confused because you're like, wait, this was a direct that happened a little while ago. Yes, the Amiibo itself was announced a while ago, but we just got the release date the other day. Anyway, this coming from Nintendo of America on X. Quote, "The hashtag Smash Bros. Hashtag Amiibo of Sora will be released on February 16th, 2024. Hashtag Kingdom Hearts." A lot of hashtags, but anyways, yeah, so just a couple of months out. I don't get a whole lot of Amiibo. Like, you know, there's a couple of them where I'm like, alright, I'll just wait till they're a bit cheaper down the line, but this is one of them. I'm getting it immediately. Next up, the Batman Arkham Trilogy released on the Switch on December 1st, and yeah, see, this is just one of those things where I kind of wanted to bring it up in a PSA sort of manner, where if you're getting it for Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, you'll have a serviceable experience, but if you're getting it specifically for Arkham Knight, I would probably not. I'd say you'd probably be better off either getting it on PC, on a Steam Deck, on even like a base Xbox One or PS4, really anywhere besides the Switch until they patch it, because, you know, most times I'd say, hey, you know, you can overlook some graphics and performance issues, but, yeah, this game is pretty rough right now on the Switch, to say the very least, and it's also going for $59.99, whereas you can pick up the entire Arkham Trilogy for less than $10 on literally any other system, so yeah, it's a little rough right now. Hopefully, if they do end up patching it, I'll let you guys know down the line, but as of right now, it's borderline unplayable. Like, it's really bad. Next up, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora released and the reviews went live. So it released on December 7th, the day before this video goes up, and right now it's sitting at a 73 on Metacritic. Most people are saying, you know, the gameplay, it's, on the gameplay front is basically like your typical Ubisoft game. However, graphically, it's rather beautiful. It's just that, you know, I guess some people aren't really feeling the whole Ubisoft formula on this one. Personally, I'm really excited to dive into it. I love the Avatar games from back in the day, especially the ones from during like the 7th generation. Especially, there was a lot of good ones that came out there, like around the time that the Avatar movie was coming out. Some reviews were also saying that the gameplay wasn't very satisfying, like in terms of the combat, which is obviously very subjective. So I'd say if you've been looking forward to this one, maybe give it a shot, see what you're thinking of it. You know, I always say going to these games, you know, to form your own opinion. I always try to avoid reviews as much as possible. The only reason that I include them in this show is just because, you know, I know some people care about those review scores and they like knowing what certain games are sitting at. For me personally, I try to go in as blind as possible, and I advise you guys do the same as well. Regardless, I've been waiting for this one for a while, so I'm excited to dive into it. Next up, we got a new teaser for Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Man, let me tell you, this has been a long time coming. I loved literally all of the Dragon Age games. There's not a single one that I could point at and be like, that's lesser than the other. Like, across the board, I don't know what the general consensus is in the Dragon Age community, but I loved all of them. But anyway, as you're seeing, there's a teaser, and yeah, it doesn't show a whole lot. It's similar to that Mass Effect teaser we got a little while ago, where it's like, you know, this game exists, it's in development, but it's not more than that. At the end, it says full reveal summer 2024, so I guess in like 5 or 6 months, we'll get a full reveal, but as of now, this is all we got. Next up, a new Sonic movie was announced. That's coming from Sonic the Hedgehog on X. Quote, "Off and running, hashtag Sonic Movie 3, only in theaters, December 20th, 2024. Yeah, not 2023, 2024. They announced the release date like over a year in advance. You know, maybe the movie industry is different than the games industry. Maybe this is a normal thing. I didn't know that it was, but yeah, they got the release date nailed down a year ahead of time. So, yeah, Sonic Movie 3. I'm really excited. Love the first two, obviously, so I'm sure this will be great. Next up, there's been a whole lot of controversy online about this one, so we're not going to delve too deep into it because, you know, I'd basically just be echoing what everybody else is saying. This is a really crappy situation, and as, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, it's wrong, but at the same time, when you kind of, you know, you sit there spamming X when you're agreeing to all the terms and conditions, you kind of agree to this stuff and you kind of say, hey, it's okay if this happens. So it's kind of like this gray area. But anyway, this is coming from PlayStation's website. Quote, "As of December 31st, 2023, due to our content licensing arrangements with the content providers, you will no longer be able to watch any of your previously purchased Discovery content, and the content will be removed from your video library. Yes, they're taking it from you. We sincerely thank you for your continued support. Thank you, PlayStation Store, end quote. And again, this is just the whole physical versus digital thing. I'll say it to the day that I die. I am pro-digital, or pro-physical, sorry. I am pro-physical all the way. Physical all day, every day. There's conveniences, for sure, with digital, whether that be, you know, on, like, you know, the Earth, you know, there's, like, a whole conversation there about landfills and litter and junk and plastic and erosion and stuff like that. But on the other side, when we're just talking about games and ownership, well, in this case, it's not games, but, you know, just any media, really, when it comes to ownership, you know, there is a convenience factor there for digital, but for me, the convenience does not outweigh the cons of the fact that, hey, these companies can steal this stuff from you. And, you know, it would be even more well, I can't say even more unfortunate, but for, like, me personally speaking, if this was, like, games that they were stealing from me, oh, man, because, you know, I game more than anything. I don't really even watch movies or TV that much anymore, but, like, you know, if they were stealing games from me, oh, man, that strikes like a whole other chord, you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of you can relate to that. So it's one of those things where it's like, it doesn't matter if it's movies, games, shows, whatever. Like, none of our digital stuff is really safe. They can remove this stuff at any time. We saw Ubisoft try to do something like that with Assassin's Creed last year. Or I think it was last year. If not, it was earlier this year. And there was a lot of backlash there, rightfully so. And again, it's this gray area because as wrong as it is or as wrong as it feels, it's really not wrong, technically speaking, because we kind of agree to it in the terms of services every time we sit there spamming X saying, hey, if you want to steal it from us, that's okay. We agree to that. So again, it's a gray area, but I'll just say this. If you don't want your content stolen from you, buy physical. Next up, this one is kind of interesting because, like, we already knew about it, but it seems like it's developing a bit quicker than even I expected. But anyway, Microsoft is looking to launch an Xbox mobile store. This coming from TechCrunch. Quote, Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer says Microsoft is talking to partners about launching an Xbox mobile store, as first reported by Bloomberg. Spencer made the comment during an interview at the CCXP Comics and Entertainment Convention in Brazil on Thursday. The mobile store would take on Apple and Google and could launch sooner than later, as Spencer noted that he doesn't believe the launch is multiple years away. Earlier reports have suggested that the launch could come as soon as next year. Quote, it's an important part of our strategy and something we are actively working on today, not only alone, but talking to other partners who'd also like to see more choice for how they can monetize on the phone. Which, yeah, that's been a huge talking point over how Google and Apple have kind of had almost like a monopoly when it comes to apps and distribution on their mobile things. But, you know, that's a conversation for another day, but, you know, it's relevant to this conversation. Spencer said during the interview, as noted by Bloomberg, I don't think this is multiple years away. I think this is sooner than that. Although Microsoft's plans for an Xbox mobile store have been public for quite some time now, as we had talked about, the new comments from Spencer come as Microsoft officially owns Activision Blizzard. It's worth noting that court documents have recently shown that Activision Blizzard had plans to launch its own app store on Android. Microsoft has said in previous filings that one of the major reasons it wanted to acquire Activision Blizzard was to help build out its mobile gaming presence, as Activision Blizzard is behind numerous mobile hits like Candy Crush and Call of Duty Mobile. In October 2022, Microsoft's filings with the CMA revealed that it planned to create a new Xbox mobile platform that includes mobile games by Activision and King, end quote. So, there's not too much to go off of here. I mean, I feel like the article kind of summed up everything that I would have needed to say, but, you know, it's pretty interesting to see that Xbox is going to be moving to launch their mobile store that soon as next year. Especially considering that the acquisition with Activision just went through just a little bit ago, and obviously Activision is going to play a huge part into that. All that being said, we don't have a whole lot of details as to how this mobile store is going to work, what's going to be on there, what kind of exclusive content is going to be there, if the content will even be exclusive. Who knows, this could be like a Steam and Epic Games thing, where like some things are exclusive there, some things are available on multiple different app stores and such. Not exactly sure how this is going to work, but, you know, as soon as we know more, I'll let you guys know, because, you know, I find this stuff to be rather interesting, and, you know, I know the majority of you guys watching this content, you guys are probably more like, what, into the console and PC gaming thing, but the way I see it, mobile gaming is still gaming. Doesn't matter where you game. If you're on console, you're a gamer. If you're on PC, you're a gamer. If you're on your mobile phone, you're a gamer. Heck, if you like board games, I'd say to an extent, you're a gamer. Next up, a Donkey Kong expansion is coming to Super Nintendo World. This coming from Universal Park News today. Quote, Donkey Kong Country will officially make its way to Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Japan in spring 2024. The announcement was made at a kickoff presentation for media at the park. The land expansion will include a new Donkey Kong themed roller coaster. A new slogan, quote, Play Wild, was announced at the event, end quote. So, again, not much to say here, but I thought that was pretty cool. I haven't been to Super Nintendo World myself yet, but if this ends up making its way over to the West, to the U.S. Super Nintendo parks, is that what you're calling it? I guess, like, parks, amusement parks, theme parks, whatever. You know, that's definitely one of the parts that I'd be checking out, because when it comes to Nintendo, I love all of the franchises, so I'd really love to see what a Donkey Kong roller coaster looks like. Now, the real question is, When's the Zelda attraction coming, baby? Come on, let's expand this thing. Right now they got a lot of Mario. We're getting Donkey Kong. Now let's get some Metroid, some Zelda, some Kirby, some F-Zero, some Star Fox. I think a Star Fox, like, you know, ride of some kind could be pretty cool, but hey, that's just me. Hey, Earthbound, let's make it happen. Next up, we have Time's top 10 games of the year. These being Dredge, Diablo 4, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Dead Space Remake, RE4 Remake, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Spider-Man 2, Baldur's Gate 3, and then their top game of the year, Alan Wake 2. So again, this isn't like the official Game of the Year, Game Awards Game of the Year thing. This is just Time Magazine's, but you know, I still figured I'd highlight it because Time is a pretty big publication after all. But man, Alan Wake 2 winning here at Time makes me curious, man. At the time of me recording this, the Game Awards hasn't happened yet, though by the time you guys are seeing this video, all that stuff would have already happened, so you guys already know all that, and we'll be covering that in next week's episode. I know I'll be a little late to the news, but that's just how my schedule is. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm really excited to see who takes home Game of the Year at the Game Awards. Next up, we got the December Xbox Game Pass games, or rather Wave 1, because they do it in 2 waves, this for the first half of the month. All of the games that I'm about to mention are available now. Remnant from the Ashes, Remnant 2, Spirit of the North, SteamWorld Build, Cloud Drone in the Danger Zone, Rise of the Tomb Raider, While the Iron's Hot, World War Z Aftermath, Goat Simulator 3, Against the Storm, which is only available on PC, and then 10 Hearts coming December 12th, Far Cry 6 coming December 14th. And then for Game Pass Core, available now, is Chivalry 2 and Total Reliable Delivery Service. So if you only have Game Pass Core, you can access those 2 games now. Next up, just something I wanted to highlight is that Xbox has their game demo Winterfest event thing going on right now. This coming from news.xbox.com, quote, "Season's greetings from Xbox. We are proud to bring you 33 incredible demos to play on Xbox Series X, S, and Xbox One. Just like last year's Winter Game Demo event, you can download and play these in the comfort of your own home between December 5th to the 31st. We encourage you to check them out with friends and families during this holiday season, starting today and within the coming weeks as demos become available. These demos are an early look at gameplay and may not represent the full game at their release, including the availability in each country as developers continue to update and refine their title ahead of launch, so don't forget you can help provide early feedback to the devs. We're also excited to share the 10 newly announced games coming below are coming to Xbox. 502's Arcade, Captain Bones, Champion Shift, Dinosaur Fossil Hunter, Donut Dodo, New Star GP, Rogue Match, the Extra Planar Invasion, Slope Crashers, The Land Beneath Us, Vagrant, The Riven Realms, and then along with these unique titles, there's a diverse list of games that will be available to try. Below are the games and their developers participating in the ID at Xbox Game Demo Winterfest. And then there's 33 games with the developers listed. We're not going to go through that just for your guys' sake. If you're interested, you can go to the website, scroll through the list, or you can just hop on your Xbox, click on the event on the main page, and it'll take you to, and you see all the demos listed out there. And then at the bottom they say, head over to your Xbox and chill out with these exciting demos on Xbox One and Series X and S, and yes, we'd love to hear what you think. Connect with us on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. Stay tuned to Xbox Wire to learn more about what Team Xbox has planned, and of course, have an incredibly fun winter season of gaming, end quote. So again, just something I wanted to highlight there. It's always good to download these demos whenever they do these events, just seeing support these devs. There's a lot of indie ones in here too, so I always love representing, always love giving the love to the indie community. So yeah, I'll definitely be checking some of these out, and I recommend that you guys do as well. And finally, the biggest story of the day, 10 years later, and we finally have the GTA 6 trailer. It's here, GTA 6 trailer 1. I don't even know what to say, man. GTA 5 launched back in September of 2013, and here we are, December 2023, and we finally have the trailer for GTA 6, but the game won't be coming out until 2025. I mean, I don't even know what to say about GTA 6. I mean, we can sit here and talk about it all day, but, I mean, it's here. I don't even know what to say. I mean, the trailer is obviously breaking records online. It was trending all over Instagram. I mean, Twitter, all over the social medias, right? Like, I don't even list them off, because if it's a social media, GTA 6 was trending on it. It's been absolutely dominating ever since the trailer came out just a couple of days ago. It's sitting at over 120 million views on YouTube at the time of recording this. It surpassed Mr. Beast as having the highest, how did they word that? Like, the fastest growing video on YouTube that wasn't a music video. Yeah, they passed Mr. Beast with that one, and it's already passed the GTA 5 trailer. The original GTA 5 trailer has like 90-some million views. Yeah, this one's already like 120 million, so it, surpassed it by 30%. And, it's obviously only going to continue to grow over time. And this is also called Trailer 1, so just keep in mind we're going to be getting many more trailers, especially considering that this game isn't releasing until 2025. I presume that this is going to be a holiday release for 2025. Rockstar has a tendency, like with GTA 5, September 2013, Red Dead 2 was October of 2018, so I expect this will be somewhere between September to October-ish, probably, in 2025, so roughly 2 years out, I'd imagine, and that's usually how they announce their games too, roughly like a year and a half to 2 years before it's about to come out, so all those dates align, and it's crazy that it's finally here. Oh, and it wouldn't be a GTA game without, you know, protests and stuff like that online, right? Well, banned GTA 6 was trending on Twitter, or X, whatever you would call it, and it had millions of views, might I add, across all the various tweets, a lot of very obnoxious and ignorant posts over there on X, we'll say. So, yeah, you know, something tells me that that's exactly what Rockstar wants too. It's not a GTA game if there isn't a whole lot of controversy to follow. But anyways, needless to say, I'm very excited for this one, and hats off to Rockstar for not only finally dropping the trailer, not only finally, you know, announcing the release date, but also just for making this game in the first place. I'm sure there's a lot of pressure there, a lot of excitement there, and I can't wait to see what they've been cooking up for, well, by the time the game releases, I would safe to say about 12 years. But anyway, that is all the stories that I have for you guys this week, so now I'd definitely love to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on everything that we talked about, whether it's GTA 6, I mean, like, come on, it's GTA 6, Xbox's mobile store, and what about Batman Arkham Trilogy on the Switch? Did you pick it up? How's the performance over there? Just whatever it is, anything we talked about today, whatever it is, whatever you're thinking, I'd definitely love to hear from you guys. But anyway, this is Weekly GCap. New episodes go live every single Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, so we're going to catch them as soon as they go live. Well, then I know when to be here. Anyways, that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day and an amazing weekend. Stay beautiful. I love you all. Peace.